Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Monapia Campaign. Last time, we took on the nation of Brigantia with pretty great success using the river system to our advantage. Here's our classes, which I forgot to rename. Let's do that now. It's now the classes Dictium. So that is fixed. So, it has actually been a few weeks behind the scenes since I last played and recorded episode 10, so I'm a little rusty, but I did rewatch episode 10, at least the last bit of it, before I hit record here. Been pretty busy with work. And allergic, apparently, as well to something. Probably just seasonal allergies, so apologies about that. Don't know how loud that was on the mic. Hopefully not too bad. I am also a little tired. I just got home from work, and I'm a little crunched for time, so I may do a bit of a shorter episode, although I will, of course, keep it to at the least 50 minutes, as I require of myself. 50 minutes to 70 minutes is my range that I allow myself. So, with that being said, let's resume. We have our fleets returning. Actually, you were not returning, you were just sitting there in the storm. Glad I checked that, so that's pretty good. Looks like the Germans want my furs. Absolutely, Germans, take my furs, but give me money in exchange. It's a little thing called trade commerce. You may have heard of it. So, I'm in a weird mood. Just got home from work. I'm kind of tired and maybe a little delirious. It is a Friday, so I've had the whole week of being at work. That's how working works, if you didn't know. The Gauls want my stone. Everyone wants to trade with me now. Very cool. Even with my huge AE, people are sending me trade requests left and right. Very exciting. So what we're doing right now... Now, actually, I thought I did this before I ended the last episode, but I didn't. I must have just forgotten to. I think I was going to get a claim on Akenia, but why did I not? Oh, yeah, because we get a claim on Akenia through the Courtania Conquest mission. However... to attack Courtania, we have to either wait... Actually, no, we're still allied with them. We have to still... No, we're not allied with them. No, yeah, that's Akenia. I'm not playing as Akenia. I gotta remind myself. This isn't 1 year ago. So yeah, they're allied with Akenia. I'm not allied with them. I'm not Akenia. I'm Monapia. Review the Akenia campaign if you want a reminder for why I'm getting confused about this. But anyways, so we are not allied with Courtania, but we do have a truce with them until 85. So that's quite a while to wait. And the reason that this is a problem, because of course in this game you wait around all the time for stuff, is because I want to finish up the Matter of Britannia mission to switch over to the Reformation mission. I am well into the point of centralization where I can switch over. Now I should note, by the way, that there is one advantage to staying on tribal stage longer than you absolutely need to, which is that this country civ level increase bonus from centralization, while being a tribe generally gives you much lower centralization potential across the board, you are getting extra civilization level cap increase from this modifier while you're a tribe. And so once you become a monarchy, this set of modifiers, including the research point and pop promotion speed stuff, it does go away. It's replaced by often better modifiers, but while you're a tribe, if you have high centralization, you are getting some of the benefits that a monarchy or a republic would get all the time. So it's not like you're super missing out. But I do want to get over there. What I'm thinking, and I think I talked about this last episode, so sorry this may be a little repetitive if you're watching the episodes back-to-back later on, but for me it's been a few weeks. I am thinking that I want to do the Into Britannia mission to get the 5 citizens, even though they're not the right culture. 5 citizens is still 5 citizens. Getting Akenia in the... I mean, I guess the thing is that I have to actually fight Trinowantia separately as well. I think I may wait until I finish Conquer Akenia and just go for Trinowantia really quick after the Akenia-Courtania War, because getting a free province investment is pretty nice to add another trade slot to our capital province. So, but aside from that, I don't think I'm going to wait around for this other stuff, because I basically think the 5 citizens and the free province investment are actually worth delaying monarchy, but this modifier in this one random spot that I don't care about, and the claim, that's not a huge deal. 15 popularity for my elderly chief who will probably die soon, not a big deal. 5 military experience is kind of nice, but I am getting a fair amount per month, and this isn't worth waiting. Well, actually, hold on. This requires 2 iron. I need to be importing 2 iron. I can do this after I finish this, so that shouldn't be... I mean, I think it shouldn't be a huge problem, so that's fine. This one's just not possible because I need to colonize, and I'm just not in a position to do that. So yeah, so that's the basic situation there. So I thought that I'd started a claim on Akenia last episode. I guess I just forgot to do that, so let's go ahead and start that now. 1st of November, 480, 5 years before we would be able to do the attack onto Coritania directly, so this is worthwhile. Crixus Welbus is the chief of Akenia. I think at this state in the Akenia campaign, Donwyn, my first chief from my first campaign with Akenia, was still the chief. I can't quite recall when the succession happened. I think it was later, because in this campaign, I've been comparing in my head the trajectory of this campaign with the Akenia campaign. Obviously, the two campaigns have a lot of similarities, so this is kind of an interesting way for me to see my growth as an Imperator Rome player, as I'm playing a harder version of the Akenia campaign, but I think I'm doing much better in terms of progression. I can't say for sure. I need to rewatch the early Akenia campaign to see where I was by like 480, but I suspect I'm doing better, and I think I am playing much better too. Actually, I probably should admit this, but I will. Before I started the Akenia campaign, I actually didn't really have a lot of experience with Imperator Rome. I certainly had played it enough to be interested and like wanted to get more into it, but I think I even said in the beginning of the Akenia campaign that I was not like an Imperator Rome veteran or anyone with like a lot of experience. I had just played it over a long time because I got it when it first came out, but I hadn't been playing it regularly up until the Akenia campaign, just kind of in bursts as I tried to get into it. So in a lot of ways, the Akenia campaign was actually my attempt to force myself to play a campaign through without getting kind of confused or bored by recording it, so there was a sense of accountability, which I actually don't even... Like, I actually have trouble now playing Imperator Rome unless I'm doing a campaign that I'm recording and doing commentary for, because of that dynamic now for me. So I may have cursed myself a little bit. It is what it is. Anyway, so we got our claim going on Akenia. We have a little while to wait. Carthage wants stone. Sure. Oh, we can colonize territory. From where? From Habitancum. Really? Which is... Holy crap. Oh, it's because of all the slaves here. Now, this is a little weird because I thought slaves didn't count for colonization. I guess it's sending a tribesman over, so I guess it doesn't send the slaves, but I think it is... Unless 4 tribesmen is enough on their own, but I'm sure this like slave number is counting as well. I thought normally... Let me see here. You need 8 pop. I guess if it's a mix of slaves and non-slaves, because I thought before that the slaves don't count for the number that produces the 8 pops, and I only have 4 tribesmen, so it's 4 non-slaves. But I guess it is counting the slaves, but it just doesn't move the slaves when you colonize, so I don't know how to feel about that, or what to make of that, I should say. But all right, let's see what options we have. So Dinguardi. Actually, this is pretty big because we can add one more settlement to our capital province. So Dinguardi is the obvious priority here. I don't know if I can send more colonists over right now. This may use up my one chance, so I will go for Dinguardi. 5 gold. Absolutely worth it. What do we have here? We got leather here. We got 2 tribesmen here now. Very good. Always good to see that. So now we just need the Amnonii to be colonizable. And... You know what I think I should do is I should probably be moving tribesmen into Monapia so that I can colonize. I probably should have been doing this a long time ago because I can move tribesmen right now. Plus, just having more population in Monapia is smart, so I feel a little goofy for not doing this earlier, considering that I've already moved tribesmen around pretty freely for other reasons. So let's just do it now that I've thought about it again. Oh well, I think I've used my population pretty smartly so far. This is basically like in the realm of micro mistakes, as I like to say. I don't know if anyone in my audience cares about all of my like mishaps and little mistakes to the extent that I do. I think I play this game with like a level of perfectionism that is unwarranted for, you know, because the thing is I'm playing this game at a much like higher level than I'd need to with like the circumstance that I'm in. Like this, for as complicated as this game is, it's not really a super punishing game for small mistakes. There are certainly strategy games like that. I don't think this is really one of those games. Anyways, I'm just rambling. I'm tired. What can I say? Let me drink some more of my soda, actually. Okay. Get a little energy boost. All All right, let's move some pops over. Let's find some tribesmen. I guess we could move a tribesman from Habitankum. I'm not really planning to specifically colonize from there, so that should be pretty safe. This will just move all the tribesmen. Can we now do it? Let's see. Dominant culture is not integrated culture in Monapia. Is that so? $88. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Okay. I should have been moving Monapian tribesmen. Let's see. So I need 8 population in total, including slaves, so they count as well. And there needs to be, I think, 5 Monapians. So we're at 3 Monapians. Can I even move 2 Monapian tribesmen in here? I can. Dingwardi. I'm just gonna spend a bit of time and money doing this right now, actually. So let's move from Monapia. Let's into Dingwardi, which is low population. Let's move some of my, or rather Monapia, rather. My Brigantic and my Wodadinian, and then replace and send the 1 Monapian back over. Monapian, also from Blatobulgium. Here we go. Okay, that's what I thought. So I guess we now technically have, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 and 4, and that's enough? I thought you needed to have it be the dominant culture. This sends the noble over? Really? Is this, okay, this is a little strange. I wasn't expecting the noble to get moved over. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I would rather have this territory added, because this is also cleaning up my internal borders quite a bit, so let's colonize. Very good, and the name expands, and we can also do acquire Wodadinia and get that PI. Very cool. Always glad to get some PI. And we've now completely completed our Wodadinia province. If I'd thought about this, I might have actually stayed on the Matter of Caledonia mission and just done this back then, but I just literally didn't think about it until now. That's what you need sometimes, is you gotta step away from the game for a few weeks and come back with fresh eyes and realize all of the many mistakes you've made, and you cry. What do we have here? Wode! We've got Wode in Amnonii! Hell yeah, boys. The way I said that was like so like raspy. Whoa, whoa, dude. Okay, so I think we are actually importing Wode, so we can now stop importing one of these sets of Wodes. And what was this mission? Import 2 iron. So we need to import iron later on. Let's see. We can secure 1 iron import for now. Probably should. Yeah, because getting 5 military experience is pretty good. And then once we get to that point, I'll cancel one of my trades and do some diplomatic shenanigans to get the second thing of iron. Actually, no, hold on, wait. Let me read this again. No, it's in Courtania, not in Wodadinia, so okay, let me cancel that. I'm glad that I checked that. So let's switch this over. Switch this over to, let's see. Options are a little limited at the moment. Furs, perhaps? What, salt? No? Earthenware? Nope. Just trade for money, I guess. I guess we could trade for, honestly, Wode, actually. I might trade for Wode again just because it's worth the most. Not for the, I have the bonus now natively, which is great, but, oh no, this is just an internal trade, so it's not going to be worth this much. I I think we just trade for livestock with the Belgian. All right, no need to overthink this. Let's resume. So that's pretty good. In fact, actually, I think, let me pause again right away. I think I need to actually move more population into Monapia, because I might be able to colonize a bunch of stuff right about now. People want my base metals. Oh, they both want my base metals. I don't even know who that was. Probably trading to someone that I shouldn't be trading with, because I might attack them later. Oh well, it is what it is. So, let's find a Monapian tribesman, Dinguardi. And I guess I could be moving over slaves as well if they count too. Let's see. So what do we have here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 and 4. No, this is 5 and 4. 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we just not reach? What's the issue? Oh, but now we can't do it again until first for a year. That's right. I forgot there's a cooldown. This cooldown, by the way, is not very well communicated, and I always forget that there's a cooldown on colonizing from the same spot. I guess I could actually move tribesmen and slaves around in my nation to like colonize from a tile, like artificially, but I have so many spots I need to get around to colonizing. I think I'll worry about that later. I don't really have enough population to do those sorts of shenanigans quite yet without breaking the bank. I gotta save my money because I do want to build more cities. And I'm thinking I might even prioritize building a city in Dictium so that I have a city over on the eastern side. And it's not the best spot in the universe, but it is an important spot to have secured. We get, oh, hello, unpausing event that does not pause my game. Gotta love that. 5% happiness for all of the Monapians. They are thrilled about everything going on. Spreading population. Lately, our people have started to move out of Meminian and begun spreading out across our lands. It will be almost impossible to keep our people united if central authority is weak. If we wish to keep our tribes as unified as they have been for a while, we will need to take more active measures. Our Grand Magistrate Galen Urcus believes our people can be reasoned with, while our war chief Togo Dumnus Quores recommends a more hands-on approach. I think it's probably fine to lose one centralization at this point. I don't really want to spend either of these resources. I do have a lot of tyranny built up. War exhaustion's back to 0, so that's good. That's the downward trending resource I care by far the most about. Stability is a little low, but it is going up. AE is high, but you know, we're not in. I mean, look at what this is doing. Our stability changes to like okay. We're not really in too much trouble from this. Tyranny, again, it's like it's under control as long as I'm just aware of that. So our people have always been on the move. I'm thinking that maybe June might be a little. Would they be populate something? No. Unclear. I'm trying to think what date we should do for our army raising. Probably actually. I also just realized this claim will be ready on the 1st of October of 480, which is a Omen day. Maybe let's see. June might be fine. June 1st. Germans wood. Yep. Works for me. Well, actually, maybe Boness being a city. Well, Dictium's also not a very populous location. I need to move some people over from Winovia. Let's move some just to get this area a bit more populated. Making Dictium a city, well, it's kind of weird because Dictium isn't the provincial capital. I think if I made Dictium a city, I'd move the capital to Dictium, but I'd keep Dinating as the provincial, or I'd keep Dinating as having a fort. Having this be the capital is fairly secure, so it's not the worst thing, not the worst idea. I will have to think it over. Yeah, so I think once we do this war, we will try and full annex Akenia and also Quartania. And then maybe if we, well, yeah, these guys have a lot of southern allies, so maybe we leave Trinawantia. We don't need to get the Akenia annexation, the full Akenia provincial annexation. That just gives us a provincial investment, which is nice, but not a huge deal. Oh my gosh. Sinonia going crazy. The insanity of Tribal Chief Talorc. Oh dear. Talorc Bulgius, ordinarily a man of sound mind and superlative business acumen, has been acting unusually. His personal advisor reports that Tribal Chief Talorc has started slavering at the mouth, uttering inane nonsenses, even proposing marriage to each and every member of his clan council in the space of an hour. We think he may have finally we think that he may finally have cracked. Well, I'm now fairly confident he won't be making it to be our first king. Probably for the best. He's been dealing with like lung inflammation for a lot of time, so I'm not surprised he's having some trouble here. I could just spend the money to try and avoid the lunatic trait, but the lunatic trait is kind of interesting. This is definitely like a moment where the meta game decision would be to just spend 10 gold and not deal with this, or not have the same chances dealing. I don't know if this just prevents you from getting the trait or what, or we could just roll with it and see what happens. This would be the more interesting storytelling decision. And that being said, I think with my strong set of clan chief generals to work with, well, not you, but these two are both pretty good. And Talorc isn't even a great general at this point. I think and this will make him an even worse general. Although, interestingly, Lunatic increases his charisma and zeal. I would say that it's weird for a politician who is considered a lunatic being considered charismatic and zealous, but I'm not gonna make any comments about why that might be a timely assessment of things. Yeah, screw it. Let's just kind of see what happens here. Probably not this. Oh my gosh, probably not the smartest move ever, but I think it's just going to be interesting to see. Plus, we're in a strong position, so let's just roll the dice. In the far-flung lands where the wild Scythians ride, there are rumors of war. A bright star has appeared, promising the Dahe a new home amongst the lands to the south, and messengers from all around, bring word of preparations in the steppe. It would be wise to consider our situation. Even the stoic Greek kings should fear this threat, and an invasion of the promised magnitude has the potential to destabilize the world as we know it. Okay, so the Dahe are going crazy. Good to know. Now it's September. Okay, so it's sped up a little bit. Probably because their aggressor expansion has gone down. Yeah, it's what do you call it? It has what's the word I'm looking for? Rounded down. It's rounded down. So I think what we should do, I think April we launch. Yeah, we get our armies going in April. We turn on our maintenances. No. March, April, May. No, actually, no. April should be fine. April, May, June, July, August, September. Actually, June should be fine, realistically. Yeah, let's wait till June. I think I might build a city in Blatobulgium soon as well. Oh, it's only 250 now? What has changed? This was not 250 before. I thought it was still 375 or whatever. Is it because of centralization? That can't be right. Was it a law? No. I don't know what has changed, honestly. Okay. Well, I'm fine with that. I think I really want to have a city in Wododinia, but on like the mainland, as it were. I think Blatobulgium is the best spot, and this also gives me a great place to move the Caer Luilid dock to. Caer Luilid's fine as a place to have a dock, but it's just hard to say, honestly, and I already have a bit of a lisp, so saying Caer Luilid just kind of makes my mouth explode. So Blatobulgium, admittedly, isn't an easy word to say either, but it's a little easier to say than Caer Luilid, especially when I'm talking fast, as I do. So I think what we'll do is build a city in Blatobulgium, relocate the port over there, and probably start building our third fleet, which will live in Blatobulgium. I guess that might be a little superfluous with the Monapia fleet. Maybe the Monapia fleet can kind of like also go to Blatobulgium as needed. I guess we don't need a fleet to live there, because any fleet in Blatobulgium is already having its like area like managed by the Monapia fleet. Because that's the thing too with multiple fleets, is they can manage separate areas, right? So like the Dictium fleet is my designated like East Coast fleet, right? And as we start to fight more of the southern Britannians, we're going to have these kind of separate directional coastal. Treatment successful, not for our chief though, for Donakis. He's receiving treatment for what? What was he receiving treatment for? Probably Mentagra. Yes, it was in fact Mentagra. Okay, very fun. Meanwhile, we are still... Oh, hold on. Why did you stop influencing? Damn it. How long has this been happening? I should have checked. You know, maybe it was after that assassination from before. I should have been checking that. I'm a little sloppy in this campaign, I feel. I mean, that being said, I say that, but then, like, look at the state of the campaign. We're not even at 500, and we're already, you know, doing quite well. I think now that I think about it, the fact that you can colonize, that you can set up for colonization through moving population around, actually explains how getting Perfidious Albion the achievement is possible. Because I've always wondered, in the base game, where you can get the achievement with no mods, there's like a huge amount of Hibernia and Caledonia that's uncolonized, and I've always thought, how can anyone like get this achievement for controlling all this land when you have to colonize so much? And it's through moving population around. Like, that actually explains how you do it. So at some point I'll probably have to do a quick game with all my mods turned off to get the achievement. Anyway, so once we hit June 1st, we'll start rolling with our invasion plan of Akenia. It is now June 1st. Okay, so, well, I say Akenia. Coratania is the main target, but also Akenia. So these guys do have some ships. Just the Dictium fleet by itself should be perfectly fine to deal with this, but I may want to bring the other fleet over. I'll be paying for the other fleet anyways, and it does have the better admiral, I think. Oh yeah, much better admiral. What the hell happened to you? I think this guy... Oh, he just got brain damaged. So I didn't get notified about this, but I think we're going to have to, unfortunately, replace this guy. He was like a promising martial character, but look at his stats now. I mean, I feel bad because he's like, you know, differently abled, so... But it's like, that doesn't mean that he has, you know, any kind of right to be my admiral. Like, he can live comfortably with state support, just not on my ships. So I'm not going to put Donis Bolgius back in charge of a fleet, even though I'm very tempted to, because I know how this goes. Unless being friend of the ruler... Although, that being said, actually, I should remember, friend of the ruler goes away if Talorc dies, or otherwise, like, is no longer ruler. So this 15, like, bonus is very unpredictable at the moment. And it would take us down to 44, which is still fine, but once he has power base from being the admiral, I think it would his like loyalty would get impacted quite a bit. So let's not play around with Donis. Oh my god. Look at this guy's wealth, by the way. I just noticed this. This guy's a lot of money. I'm hoping he's thinking of making a big donation to the state when he dies. That would be great. So we don't really have any good martial characters. Unfortunate, but we do have better than 3, so we're gonna have to make that call, I think. Any traits for ships? Nope. Alright. Once again, if I can only have female characters be in charge of navies, this would solve everything. Alright, let's get the younger, more loyal guy that does have some traits that could be handy. Actually, these are both minus loyalty traits. Does he just have a really high... Oh, his family's grateful. That's why. That could change, though. All of my guys have bad loyalty traits just across the board. Let's get Beoesis Marganis, I think. No bad loyalty traits. Young guy. He does have nefarious tendencies, but I'm not super concerned about an admiral being corrupt. I'm just more concerned about governors, because then it affects provincial loyalty. So let's replace this guy. 70 loyalty with the power base. That should be fine. Was it 7 power base for that? All right. Let's pay for fleets. No need to overpay them. Just the normal amount should be totally fine. Also, no need to overpay for the army maintenance. I think at this point, with the 2 armies, we're going to use our fleets, because keeping in mind that this war is going to involve the River Trent, which the AI doesn't really, isn't going to use very well, and the AI may spawn, and just have trouble kind of moving around. So, also, I don't know if Siluria is going to give military access to Cortania, and otherwise Cortania has to travel through this one spot in particular, out of and into a marsh. So, definitely some good advantages there. Alright, let's also raise our forces. We can raise the northern guys just here at Monapia, and then these guys we can raise. I think we probably want to start at Aborcum. So here's what I'm thinking. We spawn these guys there. Oh yeah, these guys will walk over. So at Aborcum, we will walk over into Legentium, into the marsh, which is good defensive. By the way, again, it's this is part of the tile looks like a marsh, but this part looks like a forest. But the whole tile is a marsh, so we just got to remember. Part of the nice thing about this approach, so what I'm thinking is these forces, which we should organize actually before we start moving them around. Shock action is fine. Actually, you follow this guy. Put you onto envelopment. These chiefs are not looking so great. It is, yeah. All right. And then what I think we'll do is I think we, let's see here. Where's your provincial capital over here? Here it is. Petuaria. It is unfortified. Actually, this is your full-on capital. So there's not even a port here, so I don't know what you're doing leaving this unfortified. I think what we do is the force at Aborcum crosses the river when the war starts into Legentium, and then we have a force on the boats in Trent, the River Trent, and we land into Petuaria immediately, secure the capital, while these guys just walk towards... actually, hold on. We could actually have them on the boats landing into Bentinio, and then walk up to, oh geez, Closidi Eglivis. Or we could just, no, hold on, we control this right here. We could just walk down from Rigo down, and let's do it like that, actually. This makes more sense. So we just walk straight down. They may spawn a... No, actually, no. All their forces should spawn over by Petuaria. So yeah, this should be totally fine. And then what we do is we secure Cortania super quick with this lightning fast attack before Kenya has time to really organize everything. And then as a big group of 4K, we then walk this direction as a combined 4K stack, the sort of disorganized Cortanian and Kenyan forces, which together should be around 4K, probably can't get us in a pitched fight, and we pick off the stacks one by one. No need to do some sort of crazy naval thing to get over here. Kerwent Ikeniad, which, by the way, this is now not the Latin name for it, because I'm using that mod that changes the cultural names based on who controls it. This is the Celtic name for it. So this is fortified, unlike Petuaria. So this is going to require some actual investment. So that is fine. So let's have you guys all from here. Let's come down to here. And let's have this fleet actually come to this river tile, just so that I have fleets in both for movement opportunities. Also, let's turn on our forts. Let's not forget to do that. He says that he forgets. Should be fine. Now, I need to be a little careful because Maminian is unprotected by any forts. So that is something for us to keep in mind. I think this plan should keep it safe. The other forts, the other provincial capitals around here are fortified, so should be totally fine. And I also think, ooh, hello, we can colonize from Monapia. All right, yeah, we hit the 1 year cooldown. So if I'd been doing this the whole campaign, we might have colonized all this by now. Micro mistake, but if I do another campaign in the future, also in Albion, I'll remember, and actually just in general, I'll remember this in areas with low population and lots of uncolonized stuff. So we can go here or Calcio Orientis, which is this one here. That's in a new province, so I don't really want to set up there yet, so let's start with this. Very good. Again, it's hard to tell because their color is so similar to the uncolonized land, but we got some fish over here. Very cool. And 3 tribesmen? Holy crap. Yeah, this policy will be put to good use over there. Alright. Good stuff. And then I think also trade influx. Ooh, okay. Some more people in Monapia is certainly good. Or get a lot more people in Monapia, but they become slaves. I'd rather not make them become slaves, because I actually have plenty of slaves right now. And like, in my campaigns, I tend to have more slaves than I need for my economy, and especially in Monapia, I'm going to need a lot of higher class population. Atenia, where the hell is this? Let me... Atenia Australis. Oh, these aren't even my locations. These are in other spots. Ooh, absolutely then. Yes, please. Hell yeah. I lost that noble, but now we got another citizen, so that's pretty good. Okay, these guys just chill out here. Also organize these guys. Development. Move away. Shock action. Follow that guy. Alright. And then you just post up here. Shouldn't need these fleets for anything. Maybe the Akenians will send over some ships for some naval shenanigans, but I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. Alright, August. I won't declare the war immediately because I do want to land in Petuaria at the start of the war, so it's fine if I wait a little bit for this other army to get into position. I guess I forgot this is a pretty long journey around. I wish some of these rivers connected in the middle for some sort of trans-Albion like ship travel, but that would be pretty OP, and I don't know if any rivers in real life... there it is. It's fine, we'll keep waiting one more month, 1st of October, or whenever these guys arrive. I don't think any rivers, like, in real life, like, connect across the water like this. That's not really how rivers work, so who knows. I'm also thinking that even though I am trying to reduce my tyranny, I will probably sell more nobles, because I don't really... Like, tyranny, like, because I'm not going to be a republic, tyranny isn't as big of a deal as a monarchy. I can have tyranny with less concern. I think you're still moving, right? No, I think we are just set up here. Okay. Let's actually declare the war on October 1st, just to be sure that we don't miss it. There we go, October 1st. Okay, so I could go for Brigantia just for the Morale of Armies bonus, but I don't think that's called for this particular fight. This is a war that I anticipate winning through grand strategy, more so than through battle tactics, as is the case for most of my wars. I don't think I've ever fought a war without a grand strategy like plan and just a hope that the battles will go well. To me, the fun of this game is that you can basically not really even fight battles and win the war through just positioning and thinking through what will happen. Like, to me, that's the fun of this whole genre, actually. So let's just go back to Belisama. Assemble my people, please. Let's see how we're doing with that, by the way. 26 Monapians, making some good progress. Definitely getting up there. We're about to get some more population, too, when we declare this war, which we're about to do right now. So let's declare the war. They're going to bring in Cortania. I should have checked, actually, before we hit this point, that this alliance was still standing. But it is, so that's good. Let's declare war on Kenya. Here we go. No allies for me. Should be completely fine. I have, in theory, the same military power as these two combined, but I am launching the war with all of the initiative. I think the AI should actually be programmed, maybe by a mod, to recognize this kind of like setting up for war and kind of raise their levies preemptively just to be safe. That'd be a little like difficult to deal with, but it is more realistic. In real life, if people's armies are like in this position and you're Cortania, you certainly would be a little concerned. So, well. Let us proceed. Cortania's joined the war immediately, so we can land right away. Looks like I got the right guy. There we go. Come on down here. And this should be a very quick seizure of Cortania, maybe even before they raise their levies or all of their levies. That would be awesome. And then actually, I think what I might do is the classes with the weaker admiral I'll send further down the River Trent to pick up these guys. Maybe here to move them over. All right, let us proceed. Actually, first, before we proceed, let us check and see. We can do the War Council. I almost forgot to do this, but it is the 1st of October. I don't know what... I guess actually getting a claim on... No, actually, no, I think we have claims on these guys. Yeah. We have claims on everyone that we're bordering right now. Yeah, including Gangania. So I actually don't think the War Council will give us any claims, but I may as well do it just because it's available. Once we may actually reform within the next 10 years of this current date. In fact, I think there's a good chance either we will have reformed or we will have started reforming. So the War Council being available after this next cooldown is a little on the fence. I think within 20 years it will definitely not be available because we will have reformed within 20 years. But within 10 years, I'm not 100% sure. I think at the pace we're going, we will probably reform within 10 years, although I do know that the Reformation mission itself takes a long time, so... Anyways, let's just summon the War Council, just get this going. War with Gangania. Also, this can give me some loyalty with characters that I need loyalty for. All these characters that it picked, this is all my chiefs, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, their loyalty is all pretty secure. So, let's see. I already have a claim on Cornoia. I could get another claim on Gangania. Let's see. I think doing this just to get more loyalty with Dimnakis might be smart. Although he is 58, and he does have... What does he have? He has an ailment of some kind. No, that's not an ailment. He actually was cured of his ailment recently. So let's just get the loyalty with this guy. I guess technically Venutius... They're the same age, actually. And I think Venutius does have an ailment. His arthritis, yeah. So let's just get a little bit of loyalty. We have the claim already, so it doesn't matter. But let's go ahead and continue. Once I make sure 100%. Yep. All right. They've spawned their forces over here. Interesting. Which means the forces that are arriving at Placid E Igluis will not have anyone there, because this is the entire Cortanian army. Alright, let's have you... I think I do want to go over to Karana. Let's have this force, the Higher Marshal, come out here and try and control the mouth. Actually, hold on. There's not a walking passage here, is there? They have to go across. So we might be able to do something funny here. Alright, we got that. What's the population like around here? Ooh, I don't like that. That's a low population. What about here? Okay, 2 is that's a little spooky. If they start to re-siege this stuff, I may be nervous, or I will be nervous because there's a high chance of depopulation around here. So, I guess we just depopulated it anyways. Well, screw me, I guess. Alright, that's great. Let's head on down to Karana. Alright, for some reason, Karana, the marsh, like the random like marsh settlement has 1,000 people living in it, whereas Petuaria, their capital in the plains, is a ghost town. That's screwed up. Alright, well, this is going to be really irritating to repopulate. Spread of ideas. Hey, that's pretty cool. Oh well, that's fine. The one good thing is now the AI will be a little screwed up because now they're going to be kind of confused with what's going on. Alright, let's head up here, try and stop them before they get to the marsh, but I think we're not going to make it in time. Yeah, we can, let's just head to the marsh of Down. Doesn't this look like a marsh to you? Yeah, clearly there's the marsh part. Gotta love the AI, or you gotta love the tiles. I should say though, in all fairness, this is not the way the game was designed originally. All these rivers added by the mod has kind of like changed up the geography and reshaped all the tiles. So in fairness, this might have looked more like a marsh in the base game, so I shouldn't really throw any shade at Paradox because some of these weird tile terrain matchups are not necessarily from the base game. Actually, we might be able to block these guys. Let's see what we can do here. Although now this 2K may be vulnerable to the Kenians arriving. I guess we'll see in a moment what we're dealing with here. I guess I guess I don't need... Well, I'm trying to think now. Do I actually even need to take Ikenia? Because I just noticed that Kerwent Ikenia does have a level 2 fort, which is going to be a nightmare to deal with, because I think that's 4,000 to siege, which is all of my people, which means needing no attrition at all. I suspect we're not going to be at exactly 4,000 very frequently, unless I'm misremembering how this works in Weekdays. I think it is 4,000 to siege. Yeah, I think we leave... I think we may just grab this and then dip and then call it there. Because what we need for our mission is just that part, which we're going to get from what we are getting at the moment. Yes, getting the Akenian land is nice, but we can just come down here later. Not a huge rush. And honestly, this like line here is a lot more sensible of a line than adding a part down here. It's just kind of awkward, so I think we just play it conservatively. No need to go beyond the scope of our goals here. Caught red-handed. Let's just pause the game. Wheat, our researcher. Rusty Spike, his favorite weapon, is going to kill our other researcher. This is a, this is a fight in college or something. I don't really want to screw around with imprisoning my researcher right now. Get some loyalty with Breach. That should be fine. Shouldn't have any loyalty problems from that. Alright, come on. Oh, I have to unpause the game, that's right. I was like, why is this taking so long? Alright, there we go. And they won't accept peace for, like, now, but once we do the monthly tick, we should be completely fine. And what's this stuff? Transfers as well. Also got that, too. They actually still won't do it, but once all this transfers over, then they will do it. So I think we just wait here. They are going to go over towards Miminian, which is irritating, because they won't depopulate it, but they will get war score. But this stuff should finish transferring before that happens, so I think we just wait where we are. Come on. Stupid. Because they're standing on it, it's not happening. Actually, they might be going around to go towards Placide y Luis. 22nd, 28th. I think we go here. Yeah, do it like that. Actually, no. We wait here, use the boats. Fight them in the plains, should be fine. Or at least, like, threaten to fight them in the plains. 5th. Come on, hurry up. I got, literally, it's irritating. I really don't want them to get my minion, that's going to screw everything up. 5th. Of January. Oh yeah, they're gonna, oh this is, oh, look at this, 500 versus 2,000. They're gonna attack over the river into the marsh. All my guys will be there already. Oh, mother, the AI just literally cheated in front of our eyes. They were locked into that movement and they just changed their mind. What a, like, I'm not allowed to change my movement order when I'm locked in. AI, I don't know why you should be allowed to. That is some BS right there. Sheesh. Alright. Well, this is irritating, but what I might end up doing is scaring them away with this movement order. In fact, let's actually have these guys follow. Now, they're not going to make it in time anyways. Let's just... Well, okay, here comes the 1k Akenians. Alright, so because of the stupid depopulation of Petuaria, things have gotten very off-kilter from what was supposed to be going on, so... Really? That's just wrong. Hold on. I don't think so. I don't think so. They're gonna get the stupid siege. But they shouldn't depopulate it. Should be totally fine. Let's cross back over and come back to Karana. 1st of February. We might get there in time. I'm not 100% sure though. Come boats. Bit of a... Right now we stay and we re-siege. But this Battle of War score should be... What? Have you fully occupied? Alright. Whatever. We don't get discouraged. We come on back. Now that we're getting, like, fights, though, that's going to really screw up their war score. So now we come on down. This landing attack, without this being fortified, I can't land and get a defensive fight. And I'd be landing over the river, because I'd be landing into a tile with a river in it. It would be into the marsh. I probably shouldn't land right there. I guess we could go into Petuaria. In Petuaria, they'd have to cross the river to attack me, so I think we go here, and then we wait for our other forces to come over and join us. Alright, well now, because of Petuaria being depopulated, everything about my plan has been screwed up. I have to actually fight this war sort of more, like, in a real way, you know? Alright, you get over here ASAP. I think this is going to be faster. So here. Got this back. Very annoying. They're actually going to leave? Really? That's a twist. I wasn't expecting them to do that. Or once they're locked in, I think we head in after them. Alright, well, works for me, I guess. Not the maneuver I would have chosen, but alright. Veterans do. After wars, toil, and hardship, it is with hopeful eyes that the veterans of our armies look forward towards retirement, a life of rural farming with promised farmland often parceled out to the most deserving. Recent circumstances have led to great droves of our retiring soldiers, I said sailors because I was just thinking like we're such a maritime nation, clamoring for this quiet life, seeking counsel from their generals and their leaders. Togodumnus Cores has been appointed on behalf of our generals to negotiate a complex arrangement whereby we might assuage our tired veterans and yield to them some reward. We should be very wary of what might occur should we refuse. Okay, so I've got a lunatic option. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's see here. So I could get loyalty on Dumnakas, who has pretty good loyalty. Reduce some morale on my levies. Not a good time right now to lose morale, so I probably shouldn't do that. This one, I lose loyalty, get morale loss on those levies, and I lose stability. Or, Talorc gains victorious. Dumnakas loses a lot of loyalty. All right, this is a pretty bad option. So basically, in this situation, I either lose stability or I lose 30 gold. I do think the 30 gold is a better trade-off here. The morale loss is very irritating, and the timing is bad. But I'm hoping that once we retake Karana and get our armies back together in Karana, we should be in an okay spot to see this war out. Let's see. Oh, hello, incoming army. 9th of April. I agree with the game that I should win this fight. If it's 2,000 versus 2,000, they're crossing the river, they're going into the marsh. What's their commander like? 8 marshal, 7 marshal. Okay, I'm seeing a problem here. I'm gonna need you to hustle your bustles, please. 28th of March, then we get on the boats, come down here. We should get here either right before the fight arrives using the river or shortly after the fight arrives. So I guess we'll see. Let's have you come down to scout, by the way. I should have probably moved this guy 1 tile south. Mistakes were made. Alright, 3rd of April. Come on. Alright, get down here quick. Make sure I open my... Yeah. 8th of April. 8th of April. So we will land into the fight. It's better than nothing. The fight will still be going on when we arrive. I think this should be fine. I think this is a little generous to the AI with that gesture. Because this 500 isn't joining, and if they were, I'd be a lot more concerned. But I think we should be fine. We also just won Karana, so that's a good development. Alright. I'm going to need you all to make this landing. Now it's 9th of April. Actually, hold on. This one does say 8th of April, and it is the 8th of April, so I don't know what's going on. They're not arriving, so we'll come in 10 days. This is a much longer landing than I thought it would be. 10 days. Okay, whatever. Oh, this is the 500 that arrived first. Okay. Alright, this is not going so well, but we do have 2,000 coming, or about 2,000 coming in just a few days. Wait, come on. How long do we need here? We need 3 more days. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Now we win the fight. The reinforcements from the river win in the day. Oh man, this was a brutal fight, but actually very good trade-off here. I'm actually really impressed with this trade-off, given that things looked pretty bad for a moment. We did lose a lot of our forces, but they took a huge amount of losses. Look at this crazy situation. Terrain penalty for the marsh attack, river crossing penalty. They rolled badly. I rolled badly too, though. And yeah, Dimnakis gains some popularity for this one. Well deserved, I think. And we're going to get another fight here, it looks like, from the 500 coming in. Goofy 500 reinforcements coming in late. Probably going to get stack wiped. Well, maybe not, actually, because my forces are so battered. Actually, no, they did get stack wiped, so that's pretty good. Where is my automatic transfer of this? I control this. Going to need that transferring to start happening right about now. Where the hell is it? Why am I not getting control of this? Is it happening and it's not showing graphically? Is there some glitch? What is the problem here? I need this to start transferring over. There, okay, there it goes. I guess because the force was still in Karana. Once these guys left, it started to transfer, but I don't know why the hell. Whatever. I don't know how to make sense of this. Once this transfers over, I think we should have enough war score just to finish things off. Cortania's probably doing pretty badly war exhaustion-wise, so... Oh, are you kidding me? All right, 25, come on. Are you joking? Where are these guys running to? Probably over here. Of course, this little stupid stack is going to screw everything up. We are also blockading their fleets, so that's pretty good. I really don't want to actually deal with Ikenia. Like, this is a little outrageous. It's still, well, hold on. What? Very high war enthusiasm? You sure about that? I don't think you should be very high war enthusiasm right now, my dude. It's not looking too well for you. If Petuaria had not been depopulated, I would be in such a better spot right now. This is some serious bullshit. Alright, let's just chill here. We control this. This is a good defensible choke point. It's in the marsh. It's got the river. We just chill here, recover our manpower, wait for them to make another attack. There's no need for us to march into the marsh, I should say, and take a bad fight over here when we can just chill here in Karana. No need to make rash movements. Oh, God damn it. Alright, well, these guys can't even get it because they have a... Okay, here we go. Now that they're fully... Still? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, alright. Well... Oh, hello, colonization. Alright, we can now colonize this part of Hibernia. I think we don't do that, and I'll come back to it later. I don't want to expand into other parts of Hibernia until I'm, like, ready to do it all the way, so... I think we just chill here, recover our population. These forces are going to go off and, you know, be irritating. I guess we maybe push in. I mean, here's the thing: if we get into Denewia, we get the terrain bonuses for our defenses. So let's do that. These forces, or this navy, will come up and block this strait. Let's just start getting Ikenia tile occupation. We're not going to be able to crack Caerwent Ikenead because it's level 2, but we can just get some extra war score. It's going to have to be all we do at the moment. Also, okay. What's the population like around here? Ooh, yikes. Okay. This will have to do. I wish I could just go kill this stack really quick, but I can't leave the frontier here. Alright. 48. Come on. Okay, they're getting close now. let's go into Gramuloium, because it is a marsh, so I think we should get there first. 10th of September. And we should be able to just post up here. And, you know, if they come in to attack us, they shouldn't have the numbers to do anything. And this gives us one more area to secure. Did it go down? Alright. It's fine. Very soon this war will be over. We're not going to deal with the Kenya at all. It's just not worth it. I guess we could take this fight here, but I'll just hang out here. Alright, come on. Ah. It's really irritating. And now I can't go here because now I'd be attacking into the marsh. You know, I'm going to do something a little cheeky. I'm going to send a crack team of 500 chariots. Yes, 500 chariots. That's my special ops force. The first levy of Aboricum. 500 chariots go and control the marsh of Cambortum. Yes, a task well suited to a fleet of chariots. Absolutely. No reason to be concerned about that at all. Okay. And then once we control one more tile, we should be fine. Actually, my 500 chariots are going to have to stay after all, because they're going to make this attack. This is completely wrong. Look at this situation. Just, like, widen your eyes to this situation here. Yes, they've got an 8 martial. I've got a 7 martial. So, okay, sure, they've got the higher martial character. They're crossing a river into a marsh against a force that is 50% larger than them. This should not be an unclear which side will win situation. It's factually incorrect. Just, it's not happening. So once this fight is done, we should finish the war, because they're going to get destroyed. Yeah, as I thought. I don't know what the game is smoking here. Also, look at I just got a 6 dice roll. Absolutely wild. Alright, so we just slaughtered them. Good stuff. And now, while we have the chance, let's hustle back over. Actually, hold on. Still, come on. Alright, let's let the monthly tick happen. Are you kidding me? They took so much damage. If I was taking losses like that, the war score would collapse for me. Alright. So I will be, once again, sending my crack team of chariots over to Cambortum, and the other force will just stay here, just so we get one more thing under our control, because I don't want to leave them vulnerable. And then we'll go back into the control of Caerwent, Ikeniad if I leave with my main force. So let's just go over. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Alright. This is this war has, made me unreasonably upset. This is some serious bullshit. This little ragtag band of goobers has walked around this occupied land, recovering their strength somehow, and now they're gonna re-siege this stuff. Alright, you know what? No, that's stupid. I shouldn't do that. Stop it. Alright. We're backing up. Can't believe this. God damn. And I don't even have time to see this. I don't like to end an episode with a war still happening, but now I can't get that, so that's a huge problem. So alright, let's just try and plow through this really quick. Come and join the rest of these guys. And we're gonna re-siege everything. 6th of December. Okay, come on. Let's get on the boats and get going. We can go back to this really quick. But then Karana is vulnerable. It's so irritating. Let's just get this over with. Yeah, let's do that. 26th of January. All right. Getting back on the boats. Oh, because of stability. That's right. I need 40 stability. You know, actually, I think I will call this episode here. Next episode, we will click this button. We're not going to start the mission right away, but next episode, we'll also finish off this stupid war and I'll reevaluate my previous. I think in the past I've like gone back and forth on how annoyed I get at this game. I think I've softened over time. I need to bring back some of that Monapia Campaign cynicism. So in the next episode, we will finish off this war, and and then we will start looking at the tribal reform mission tree once we finish off the war, get our 5 citizens, and then abandon the Britannia mission for now. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.